Miyamoto Musashi is a legendary figure in Japanese history and is widely regarded as one of the greatest swordsmen and strategists of all time. He was born in 1584 in the Harima province of Japan. Musashi's birth name was Shinmon Takezo, and he later adopted the name Miyamoto Musashi. Musashi's early life was marked by violence and warfare. He participated in his first duel at the age of 13 and went on to fight in numerous battles during the Sengoku period, a time of intense civil war in Japan. Musashi developed a unique style of swordsmanship known as Nichi-ryu, which employed the use of two swords simultaneously, a katana and a wakizashi. Musashi's most famous duel took place in 1612 when he was 30 years old. He faced Sasaki Kojiro, a renowned swordsman, on the island of Ganryujima. Musashi arrived late for the duel and, according to legend, used a wooden sword he carved from an ore on the journey. Despite these disadvantages, Musashi defeated Kojiro and gained widespread fame. In addition to his prowess as a swordsman, Musashi was also a talented strategist and philosopher. He wrote the Book of Five Rings, Gorin no Sho, a treatise on swordsmanship, strategy, and philosophy. The book outlines Musashi's teachings on combat and offers insights into his mindset and approach to life. Later in life, Musashi became a respected teacher and continued to refine his martial arts style. He also became involved in the artistic pursuits of painting and calligraphy. It is said that he completed many of his famous artworks during his later years. Miyamoto Musashi died in 1645 at the age of 61. His legacy as a skilled warrior, strategist, and philosopher continues to inspire people around the world. Musashi's teachings on martial arts and strategy remain influential and are still studied by practitioners today. The Book of the Five Rings is highly regarded not only for its military insights but also for its broader philosophical principles. Musashi's teachings have influenced various fields beyond martial arts, including business, leadership, and strategy. The book remains a valuable resource for those seeking wisdom in the areas of strategy and self-discipline. He wrote this letter to explain his ideas about strategy, tactics and martial arts, and the book is considered a guide to strategy not only in martial arts but also in life and business. Musashi divided the book into 5 books, each representing a different element of combat strategy. The Earth Book focuses on the basics and fundamentals. Water Book discusses adapting to different situations and being flexible. The Book of Fire explores the importance of timing and initiative. The Book of Wind emphasizes techniques and tactics in combat. The Book of Emptiness discusses the concept of emptiness and the mental aspect of combat.
The Book of Earth, in Miyamoto Musashi's Book of Five Rings, lays the foundation for his comprehensive philosophy on strategy and martial arts. In this section, Musashi addresses the fundamental principles and concepts that form the basis for combat effectiveness and strategic thinking. Let's delve into the key aspects of the Book of Earth. Musashi stresses the importance of mastering the basics. Just as the ground is the foundation of everything, understanding basic techniques and principles is crucial in martial arts and strategy. Posture and footwork. Musashi discusses the importance of solid posture and proper footwork. A stable foundation is essential for effective movement and adaptability in combat situations. Adaptability like water. Musashi uses the metaphor of water to convey the idea of adaptability. The ground is firm, but water can flow around obstacles. Likewise, a martial artist must be adaptable, able to adjust techniques and strategies based on the opponent's actions. The importance of understanding the terrain and adapting one's strategy accordingly. This involves recognizing the advantages and disadvantages of different environments and using them to one's advantage. Musashi emphasizes the need to understand the opponent's strengths and weaknesses. This understanding allows the martial artist to exploit the enemy's weaknesses and develop effective counter-strategies. Just as the earth has seasons and cycles, Musashi discusses the importance of timing in combat. Recognizing the right moment to strike or defend is an important aspect of strategy. Musashi emphasizes the importance of uniting mind and body in combat. This comprehensive approach includes developing mental clarity and focus to complement physical skills. The Book of Earth sets the stage for Musashi's comprehensive philosophy of merging technique and spirit. He emphasizes that true mastery goes beyond physical prowess to include mental strength and strategic acumen. Musashi suggests that the path of martial arts and strategy is an endless journey of learning and improvement. Just as the terrain is constantly changing, a martial artist must constantly evolve and hone his skills. The Book of Water is a pivotal section that explores the concept of adaptability, fluidity, and to respond to ever-changing conditions. In this book, Musashi uses the metaphor of water to convey basic principles of strategy and martial arts. Musashi compares a martial artist's strategy to the fluidity of water. Water can take any shape and adapt to the shape of its container. Likewise, a skilled practitioner must be able to adapt his or her techniques to the evolving situation. Musashi advocates a flexible mindset, urging martial artists to avoid rigid, predetermined strategies. Being like water means being able to change tactics instantaneously based on the opponent's movements and the unfolding circumstances. The importance of timing in implementing techniques. Being like water involves an acute awareness of the right moment to attack or defend. This concept is consistent with Musashi's broader philosophy that successful strategy is closely related to the correct timing of actions. Water, in its natural flow, does not face obstacles head-on, but rather finds the path of least resistance. Musashi encourages martial artists to seek harmonious interaction with the opponent, exploiting their weaknesses without unnecessary confrontation. Musashi advocates the use of illusion and tricks to deceive the opponent. Water, with its ever-changing appearance, serves as a metaphor for the creation of illusions and the unpredictability of combat. By adopting the properties of water, a martial artist can disorient and confuse the enemy, making it difficult for him to predict movements and respond effectively. Musashi promotes the idea that movements in martial arts should be efficient and free of unnecessary actions. The water flows effortlessly, and similarly, the martial artist must strive for economy of movement, conserving energy for decisive moments. By being like water, the practitioner learns to conserve energy, avoid unnecessary confrontations, and focus on strategic actions that lead to victory. Psychological effect. Water has a calming or destructive effect, depending on its form. Musashi suggests that a martial artist can influence an opponent's psychological state through his behavior and actions, creating a mental advantage. By being adaptable and unpredictable, a martial artist can exploit an opponent's mental weakness, causing confusion and anxiety. The Book of Water reinforces the idea that successful combat strategy involves more than just physical techniques. It requires mental agility, adaptability, and a deep understanding of the psychological aspects of combat. Musashi's use of water as a metaphor provides rich insights into the nature of effective strategy, and these principles extend beyond martial arts, impacting various aspects of life and business. The Book of Fire explores the crucial theme of initiative, timing, and the intense nature of conflict. In this book, Musashi contrasts the strategic principles he conveys with the essential qualities of fire, the importance of taking the initiative in combat. He likened this to the nature of fire, which has the ability to consume and destroy. The martial artist must assert control of the engagement, setting the pace and flow of the conflict. Musashi advocates the development of a fierce and aggressive spirit. Fire as a symbol represents this harsh approach to combat. A martial artist must be proactive and not just reactive. Musashi emphasizes the importance of precise timing in executing techniques. Fire, when harnessed properly, can be a powerful force. Likewise, the martial artist must strike at the right moment, exploiting the opponent's weaknesses. Fire focuses its energy on a specific target. Musashi encourages martial artists to focus their efforts and attacks precisely, avoiding wasteful or scattered movements. Control and domination. Fire can spread and dominate surrounding areas. Musashi advises martial artists to exercise control over the battlefield, creating a situation where they dictate the terms of engagement. Beyond physical control, the Book of Fire delves into the psychological aspect of domination. The martial artist must aim not only to control physical space, but also to influence the opponent's mental state. creating a sense of inevitability and overwhelming power. Fire can change its intensity and direction depending on the circumstances. Musashi encourages martial artists to be flexible and adaptable in their strategies and to modify their approach as the situation evolves. Fire is not static, and Musashi suggests that the martial artist must be like fire in his ability to flow with changes in battle, adjusting tactics as needed. Use psychological tactics, create a victory mentality, and instill fear in the opponent.
The Book of Wind explores the complexities of technique and tactics in martial arts. Musashi contrasts the strategic principles he conveys with the basic qualities of the wind. The importance of mastering specific techniques. The wind, with its concentrated and directed force, symbolizes the precision necessary in executing combat techniques. Every movement must be deliberate and effective. Musashi suggests that a martial artist must be versatile in using different techniques. The wind can change its direction and intensity, and likewise, a skilled practitioner must adapt his techniques to the ever-changing dynamics of combat. Wind has the ability to flow around obstacles. Musashi advises martial artists to be adaptable and find ways to overcome challenges by flowing around or through them. This requires a strategic mindset and the ability to evaluate. The wind is constantly changing direction, and Musashi encourages martial artists to be flexible in their strategies. If one approach does not work, the practitioner must be prepared to change tactics and adapt to the evolving situation. Musashi discusses the use of distractions to mislead and confuse an opponent. Wind can cause turbulence, and similarly, the martial artist must use tactics to divert the enemy's attention, opening up opportunities to attack. The unpredictable nature of wind serves as a metaphor for creating deceptive movements. Musashi advises martial artists to master feints and diversions to keep the opponent off balance and create opportunities for decisive strikes. The wind moves quickly and directly. Musashi calls for speed of execution and urges martial artists to act decisively and effectively. Direct, powerful movements can overwhelm an opponent, creating a psychological advantage. Never wavering in the wind, Musashi suggests that a martial artist must maintain a relentless, aggressive mindset. By pressuring the opponent and controlling the pace of the fight, the practitioner can dictate the course of the battle. Extenkreitbeis. The wind can also be gentle or strong, depending on its strength. Musashi advises martial artists to balance strength and kindness, knowing when to be strong and when to give up. This duality contributes to effective control of the opponent. Wind can be harnessed and controlled, although it is chaotic in nature. Musashi encourages martial artists to bring a sense of controlled chaos to the battlefield, leaving the opponent uncertain and off balance. The Book of Wind in the Book of Five Rings emphasizes the importance of mastering techniques, adapting strategies, and using diverse and dynamic tactics. Musashi's use of wind as a metaphor provides insight into the fluid and ever-changing nature of combat. This section is a guide to strategic thinking, adaptability, and mastery of diverse techniques in the pursuit of military excellence. In Miyamoto Musashi's Book of Five Rings, the Book of Void is an in-depth section that delves into the spiritual and mental aspects of martial arts and strategy. This book explores the concept of emptiness or emptiness, which goes beyond physical techniques and addresses the state of mind and consciousness. Musashi introduces the idea that true mastery transcends techniques and physical forms. Emptiness represents a state in which the mind is free of associations and preconceptions, allowing for automatic and intuitive action. Emptiness involves a feeling of separation from the ego or self. The martial artist should not be hindered by personal desires, fears, or distractions, allowing for a clear and focused state of mind. Musashi emphasizes the integration of mind and technique. Emptiness is achieved when the mind is fully immersed in the present moment, smoothly directing the body's movements without hesitation or doubt. Natural expression. The Book of Emptiness suggests that true mastery results in techniques flowing naturally and effortlessly, as if they arise spontaneously from an inner void. Musashi introduces the concept of mushin or no mind, a state in which the mind is devoid of conscious thought and analysis. In emptiness, there is no clutter of thoughts, allowing for immediate and instinctive responses. a martial artist in a state of unreasoned acts without premeditation. Movements become intuitive, and decisions are made in the blink of an eye, reflecting the deep connection between mind and body. Adaptability through emptiness. Sepiness provides the ability to adapt in the face of changing circumstances. A martial artist is not bound by fixed patterns, but can adjust strategies and techniques automatically, such as filling a bowl with water. Musashi encourages practitioners to embrace the unpredictable nature of combat. By embodying the void, a martial artist can flow with the ebb and flow of battle, adapting to the opponent's movements with ease. Emptiness involves a heightened state of consciousness, where the martial artist is attuned to subtle cues and changes in the environment. This acute perception allows for a deeper understanding of the opponent's intentions and weaknesses. Musashi advises purging the mind of preconceptions. Emptiness allows for pure perception, allowing the martial artist to see the truth of the situation without being influenced by personal biases or assumptions. The Book of Emptiness ultimately presents emptiness as a path to strategy. It is not just a condition to be achieved, but a path to be followed. By embracing emptiness, the martial artist aligns himself with the basic principles of strategy in all aspects of life. In short, the Book of Void is a philosophical exploration of the mental and spiritual dimensions of martial arts. Musashi presents void as a state of mind that transcends physical techniques, leading to intuitive action, adaptability, and a profound mind-body connection. It serves as a guide to achieving the state of no mind and embodying the essence of strategy martial arts in its purest form.